Good evening, dear sisters and brothers. Welcome to the evening session of Being Heartful Every Day. Today is day 389, and we continue to open ourselves to the subtle yet profound theme for this week, which is cooperation with the Guru. And let us begin by quietly turning inward, allowing ourselves to settle and our heart to soften in the remembrance of the Master. What does cooperation look like moment to moment? It is easy to imagine cooperation as something grand or visible, but often the deepest cooperation with the Guru is in the small, visible choices that we make moment to moment. It is choosing stillness over distraction, choosing meditation over the lure of the world, choosing humility when pride wants to take the lead, and choosing faith even when the path seems shaky. In these moments, we align with the Master's silent work within us. We become active participants in our own transformation. Daji often reminds us we have to be willing clay in the hands of the Master. That means letting go of rigidity, letting go of resistance, letting go of needing to understand everything before we trust. The Master doesn't force change upon us. Instead, he waits for our willingness. Our inner flexibility invites divine sculpting. The question that we need to ask ourselves is: am I allowing myself to be shaped? In heartfulness, we don't need complex rituals or intellectual mastery. What we need is simplicity, a clear heart, a steady abhyas, and a quiet offering of ourselves again and again. Ultimately, cooperation is not a transaction, it is an expression of love. A disciple does not ask, what will I get? But rather, how can I serve the work that is already happening within me? To cooperate is to love the Master silently, deeply, and faithfully. To trust His inner presence even when we cannot see it. Dear sisters and brothers, we will now return to the ongoing reading from their article User's Guide to Living Part 5 by Daji. And before that, let us also extend a warm invitation of master classes and BHED sessions with our friends and with our families. We will now move to the article reading. But what about the remaining 22 or 23 hours of the day, which we spend with our family and friends, working or studying, enjoying hobbies, recreational activities, and sleeping? Are we conscious of how our inner state expresses outwardly in our behavior at those times? This brings us the next set of principles which help us to develop a lifestyle in tune with our inner growth. As we see the diagram, we see practice, essential values, behavior, being to doing, leadership, developing self and others, and continuous improvement. Within the five elements are 10 universal principles. Under the practice, we have three, which is create a daily morning meditation practice scientifically, fill your heart with love before starting meditation and before sleeping. Third, fix your goal and do not rest until you attain it. Under essential values, we have point four, live simply to be in tune with nature. Point five, be truthful, and accept challenges as being for your betterment. Under behavior being to doing, we have another 3 points. Point 6 says, know everyone as one, treating them equally and harmoniously. Point 7, do not seek revenge for the wrong done by others. Instead, always be grateful. Point 8, honor the resources you are given as sacred with an attitude of purity, including food and money. Under leadership, we have point 9, which is become a role model by inspiring love and sacredness in others. Accept the richness of their diversity while also accepting that we are all one. And coming to the last, which is continuous improvement, we have point number 10, which is introspect daily before bedtime so as to correct your faults and avoid making the same mistake twice. Simplicity. The first of these, principle 4, is about the essential value of simplicity. Principle 4 is simplify your life so as to be identical with nature. This value follows directly from principle 3. When we are in tune with the goal, complete oneness with God, our life simplifies across all dimensions. What is the ultimate simplicity? So, the only methods that will take us there are the simplest methods. I repeat, what is ultimate simplicity? So, the only methods that will take us there are the simplest methods. When we are not in tune with this goal, our own creation leads to complexity. The minute we are able to let go of our own creation, magic can happen. That is why so much importance is given to the acceptance and surrender in spiritual systems. Surrender is the key to simplification. So, how can we work with this value of simplicity to transform ourselves from the inside out? Enter the belief system. We have three bodies: the physical body, the subtle body, and the causal body. The causal body is our soul, our eternal essence. The field that emanates from and surrounds the causal body is the subtle body field of our pure consciousness, Chit, and the other subtle bodies, including the ego, Ahinkar, the intellect, Buddhi, and the contemplative mind, Manas, are functions within this field of consciousness. The ego is our individual identity, and its original form it is simply that a plain identity without any preconceptions or attachments. As a function of the mind, it is our impetus to manifest things and is thus associated with our energy sheath, our pranamaya kosha. Without it, we would not be able to think, act, or be interested in anything. But as complexities develop within our field of consciousness, the ego hooks on to these complexities, distorting its purity of identification. Dear sisters and brothers, let us take a pause here and receive the words not as information but as a guidance. And as it is almost time for the universal prayer, so let us offer the universal prayer together with hearts joined in love and surrender. All brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है। May this universal prayer become a bridge of love and light for all humanity. And as we move into rest, let us remember to offer the bedtime prayer and do the reflections for the day. Let this question ripple softly within us. What small act of cooperation did I offer today to beloved Master? Surrender is not a one time event, it is a habit of the heart, a quiet yes that we renew each day. Dear sisters and brothers, thank you for joining this evening reflection with us. And as we continue through this week, may we not only understand what cooperation means, allow it to become the sense of a relationship with the Guru. And we look forward to your presence for our morning session tomorrow at 6 a.m. And until then, dear sisters and brothers, rest in surrender, sleep in receptivity, and wake in Master's remembrance. Wishing you all a very good night.